Hello horror fans and welcome back to the Scariest channel on YouTube, top 5 scary videos, your one-stop place for all things horror cinema and scare-based fandom. What's going on guys? As always, I'll be your horror host Jack Finch as we butter up the popcorn before realising it's probably going to go stale and take a look at the top 5 scariest horror movies coming out in 2019. It's not that far off. Yeah, you'll be alright.
It was a myth. Kids used to dare each other to go into the woods at night. They knew the power of that place.
You know that I love nothing more than discussing horror cinema with like-minded people, so that's exactly what we'll be doing in the next 9 minutes or so. Over the past few years, the seeds have been sown for some of the best horror flicks to emerge, and no, I'm not talking about Annabelle or The Conjuring. No, just bear with me. Because when 2019 rolls around, we're all in for a trick or treat. Before we jump into that though guys, you know the drill by now. If you're a fan of this video, horror cinema, top 5 scary videos, or getting scared muggless, then be a dear and hit that thumbs up button as well as that subscribe bell so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. If you'd like to get in touch with myself or the creative team here at Top 5 Scary, then hit up that info box down below. On with the show. Just a heads up, Stephen King is on a roll at the minute and this list could pretty much be all King novels if I'd let it, but for the sake of keeping things fresh, here's an honourable mention to Firestarter and hoping that the powers that be will do justice to it. Kicking off at number 5, The Turning. While it seems like the wheels of the gore porn train are fully coming off its track, a much more classical style of horror cinema is rearing its ugly head once again. Gothic horror, or more specifically, traditional psychological horror. A classic tale of a haunted house and terrified kids. Enter 2019's The Turning, a spin-off adaptation of Henry James's classic novella, The Turn of the Screw, which, if you haven't read, you definitely should. And this film definitely has the pedigree to back it up too, with none other than Steven Spielberg on board as a producer after publicly stating that he wanted to get involved with horror once again. It doesn't end here though. Floria Sigismondi, responsible for the incredible American Gods and The Handmaid's Tale, is set to direct with explicit backing from Spielberg himself. Also, Finn Wolfhard of Stranger Things fame is playing one of the ghostly orphans, and the awesome Mackenzie Davis from Black Mirror's San Junipero, and you know Blade Runner 2049. This film is stacked, and if all the ingredients come together, we're in for a treat. Coming in next at number 4, Us.
Jordan Peele's next film, Us, with Lupita Nyong'o. So, you know, we're gonna dive into some cool things there and see what else is in that brilliant mind of Jordan Peele, and it's gonna be exciting.
And boy am I excited for this one for no other reason than Jordan Peele and his incredible ability to make fresh, fright-filled horror films. We literally know next to nothing about this upcoming film other than the fact that Peele tweeted a poster of it back in May. The tagline read, "A new nightmare from the mind of Academy Award winner Jordan Peele," which, I don't know about you, but it sounds like the whisperings of a horror legend, if you ask me. When I say we know next to nothing about this film, I really do mean it. There are rumours that the plot will introduce a black couple and a white couple played by Black Panther's awesome Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke, as well as Elizabeth Moss and the recently added Duke Nicholson, the son of Jack Nicholson. Other than that, not a peep of what's in store for us. Still though, mark my words, this film will be released on March 15th, 2019, and my money's on it being even better than Get Out. Fingers crossed. Up next at number 3, the untitled Alien Covenant sequel. Let's not beat around the bush, the Alien series is awesome. Even at its lowest point, it still is a cut above the rest when it comes to both sci-fi and horror. Sir Ridley Scott didn't get his knighthood for nothing, and 2017's Alien Covenant was a return to form with the franchise, with xenomorphs cropping up left, right and centre in all their throat extended glory. It's exactly what we wanted compared to the hit and miss Prometheus back in 2012. Although it did lay some pretty interesting wider world building with the engineers, and teased at what part they'd play in the Aliens' overarching story. Ridley Scott recently teased that Covenant sequel will be heading back to the strange, pale creator race, but this time he's committed to doing it right with a healthy balance of both creature feature frights and science fiction eugenics. The best of both worlds, so to speak. There are rumours that the sequel will be billed as Alien Awakening, ready to hit cinemas in 2019, and I, for one, can't bloody wait. Swinging in now at number 2, Pet Sematary.
The ground is bad.
As the Ramones famously sang, I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery, and if the trailer of Stephen King's newest readaptation is anything to go by, then I definitely don't. Really, I know trailers shouldn't usually be gospel for the entire film, but this trailer is hype without spoiling any of the plot's biggest reveals. I mean, if you've read the novel or seen the original 1989 film, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But in all seriousness, Pet Sematary is probably one of King's more truly terrifying tales. The cast for 2019's release is jam-packed with some major talent, and it's probably going to be one of the most anticipated films of the year. Pet Sematary is a tale of a new family moving to a town in Maine, New England, where the neighborhood children have thoughtfully built a graveyard for all of their long-lost pets. If that sounds like a heartwarming tale of children learning about death, then you wouldn't be far wrong, really. Although, just make a note that Stephen King himself didn't ever want to publish this story. Pet Sematary was too dark for Stephen King. Let that sink in for a minute. Yeah, it's gonna be good. And finally, our #1 spot, It Chapter 2. And oh boy, are we a lucky bunch of horror fans. I've actually had the pleasure of seeing some filming of It Chapter 2 over here in Toronto, and while I haven't managed to sneak a peek of Bill Skarsgård Pennywise the Clown, it still looks absolutely awesome. Or maybe that's just because I'm a Stephen King superfan and any of his stories can do no wrong with me, other than the Dark Tower film, but we don't talk about that. It Chapter 2 is expertly handling the best part of the novel, the jump forward in time between childhood and adulthood 27 years later, and that bloody, terrifying clown is still hanging around over in the poor town of Derry, Maine. Of course, we all love the initial portrayal of the Losers Club and the magic that section of the story captures, but some insane stuff happens when they return to Derry as adults, and it's going to make for a great horror film. The cast is stacked with the likes of James McAvoy, Jessica Chastain, Bill Hader, and of course, the incredible Bill Skarsgård. I can't wait, guys. Seriously, it's gonna be good. Well, that's my list, guys. What makes yours? Let us know in the comment box down below. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end. If you'd like to continue on with your horror movie binge, then feel free to hit that playlist floating shortly above. If you're a fan of this video or just top 5 scary in general, then hit that thumbs up button and we'll be seeing you soon. As always, I've been your horror host, Jack Finch. You've been watching Top 5 Scary videos, and until next time, you take it easy.